Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Grisham Group of Managerial Accounting 6C. Let me introduce myself and my partners. I am Sarah Ramadhani and my partners are Alia Runi Anisha, Putri Amaliza Riyadi, and Luluul Munawwarah. Table of Contents.
For the first chapter, I will explain about the graph, chart, and table. The graph is the form of a picture or painting by knowing the rise or fall of the state of the information. The picture is the example of graph of the development of COVID-19 cases in the city of Batam until February 18, 2022. From the graph, we can see the red line shows the number of positive people who have recovered and the yellow line shows the number confirmed to be treated or quarantined. We can see the number of confirmed positive people increased significantly from 2020 to now. The data recorded positive confirmed on August 1st, 2020 as many as 313 people. This total continued to increase every week until as of the February 18, 2022, they are 27,165 people. Meanwhile, confirmed cases of recovered people in Batam also increased. The conclusion is that data for the number of cases per people confirmed positive and confirmed cure continues to increase, while for active confirmed cases it has decreased since the end of July 2021 for the Batam area. Next is the pie chart. The chart is the form of an abstract description or sketch which display or explain certain information. The data or information is pure into the image. The shape of the chart itself varies, such as lines or bar, circle, trunk, trees, and line. We can look the example from the picture. The pie chart shows the comparison between the first and second vaccination doses in Batam. In the elderly, the first dose was vaccinated with a rate 86.46%, which is in the implementation of the second dose decreased to 74.1%. For adults or over 80 years of age, the first dose had a higher number than the elderly, namely 101.8%, and for second dose of adults is also decreased to 86.57%. We can see that the decrease in the first dose of vaccination is leading to the second, which is very unfortunate. But from this is hope that the government or the surrounding community can remind them more how important it is to vaccinate COVID-19 to the surrounding environment, so that the city of Batam can allow for a decrease in the number of COVID. Next is the table. The table which is a list contain an overview with various data regarding information which generally contain word or number that is arranged using a dividing line. We can look at the table that is contain the actual data from confirmed case of COVID-19 month of February in Batam City. The next chapter is multiple chart, process, and map. For multiple chart is also called mixed chart or combination chart. Multiple chart are used as an ideal choice for us to compare two or more categories of data. From the picture, we use the actual data from the number of COVID-19 cases in Batam for 10 days in early February. The two bar chart depict the number of confirmed COVID-19 patients in Batam in early 10 days of February. This information is divided into two groups on the bar chart, namely suspected cases and confirmed cases of COVID-19. Overall, the number of confirmed cases of COVID is higher than the number of suspected cases. Next, for process, we use the flowchart. Flowchart is a diagram that displays the step and decision to carry out a process from a program. Each step is depicted in the form of the diagram and aligned with a line or arrow direction. Flowchart plays an important role in deciding a step or functionality of a programming project that involves many people at once. We can see the example from the picture that show the Sinovac vaccination service flowchart. Next is the map. Map is a symbolic depiction emphasizing relationship between elements of some space, such as object, region, or themes. Example: the map image above shows the direction of the route to the one of the quarantine places in Batam, namely the Hajj Hostel.
Hi, I am Alerunanisa. Here I will explain about chapter 3 and 4. For the chapter 3 is about translation tools, so we should be next. The first thing is about Crowden. Crowden is a location management platform that helps company teams and individuals stay agile when translating product like mobile, desktop, and web application, website, game, help documentation, and more. How to use Crowden? First, we create a project. Second, select target language. Third, upload source file for localization. 4. Upload exacting translation. 5. Upload location resource. 6. Upload screenshot and add content. 7. Pre-translate your project. 8. Invite project members. And 9. Build a report. For the train crowding, there's a few of strength crowding. So the first one, invite your team of translator, in-house translator. Freelancer translation agency you already work with. Second, cloud-based system that simplifies the location translation process. Third, crowding integrate with the most popular machine translator or MT engines. 4. Crowding support a wide range of localization format. And 5. Crowding provides team cooperation. And the next one is weakness of crowding. The first one is the paid form. The second is the main menu for each project is slightly confusing. The interface leave room for mistake between different users on the same project. Third, it is difficult to find previous similar translation and it is impossible to change what has been translated and approved. And 4, some recent change in navigation menu made it a bit more difficult to navigate through project, or especially when the project is multilingual. And for the next chapter is chapter 4 is about Indonesian common mistake in translating in English. So here are some the explanation. The first one is slang. Slang is mean a very informal language or specific word used by a particular group of people. You will usually hear slang spoken more or often than you will see it when writing, though email and text often contain many conventional slang words. So the example one is salty. Definition is angry or bitter about something. And we can make some example is that, why you're so salty? I said I will share if I won the lottery. For the second one, it's about sarcasm. Sarcasm means that the speaker intends to convey the opposite of the meaning of their words, so they often rely on a sarcastic tone or specific contents. The example on this presentation is, that's just what I need today. This definition is when something bad happened. And for the third one is idioms and expression. What is idiom and expression? Idiom and expression is a commonly used expression whose meaning does not relate to the literal meaning of its word. The example on this is hit the sack. Definition, go to sleep. Compound word. Compound word is a combination of several words that form a new word with a different meaning. For example, if you want to the word father-in-law into plural form, what need to be affixed with s in the word father as the root word so that it becomes fathers-in-law, not father-in-laws. And the next one is word order. Word order is a standard arrangement of words to form a sentence that has a complete meaning. The same word, when arranged in a different order, will have different meaning. Example, a window glass. Window glass in a bahasa means sebuah kaca jendela. But if we make it a glass window, in a bahasa means sebuah jendela kaca. The next one is numerical text. Numerical text basically is just how we use to pronunciation some certain number. And the example in here is how we say 14, not 14. And the second one is 15, not 15. And the next one is punctuation. Punctuation is the system of symbols that we use to separate written sentence and part of sentence. And to make their meaning clear, each symbol is called a punctuation mark. So the example in here is I don't often go swimming. I prefer to play tennis. The definition of semicolon in the between of swimming and I prefer, it means that this is to separate sentences that are grammatically independent but that have closely connected meaning. And the next one is structural. Structural means it's that relating to affecting the structure of something. So in here we have some example. When we bought the house, it was structurally sound, but I decided to redecorate it. It means that the house is overall well built, but we still choose to decorate. And the next one is language intent. Language intent is missing the intent behind a translation can have a big implication. Although the translation might be technically correct, the notes of the intent can completely change the meaning of a sentence from one language to another. So here are some examples. The first one is I'm fine today. It means aku baik hari ini. And the second one, I cannot pay a fine. The meaning will be different. It means aku tidak bisa membayar denda. It's grammatical. Grammatical of language tend to be unique. Grammar error include incorrect verb, inflection that modify its tense, mood, aspects, voice, person, or number, as well as lack of agreement between subject and verb, among the other things. So here some the example in your and your. The difference between these two is owning something versus actually being something. The first one, you made it around the track in under a minute. You're fast. And the next one, how's your fast going? Are you getting hungry? The definition your is a possessive and your is a contraction of you are. The next one is style or tone. Each type has a certain style of scripting and it's important. If you don't use the appropriate style, the translation document will seem souls. The tone is very important. Even the punctuation can differ from language to language. We can have some example in here. It was date and time formats. In English, we usually use the AM or PM format, and Indonesia use 24-hour format. And the next one is gender-specific words. A gender-specific word is a word that refers specifically to someone or something male or female.
Hi, I'm Putri Amaliza for 111901080. I would like to explain about chapter 5 is proofreading. Proofreading. What is a proofreading? Proofreading is a form of final review of an article before it is published. Things to pay attention to are spelling, grammatical, typographical, or formatting error fix. Proofreading should be done as a final step before documents are published online, submitted to professors, submitted for job application, or shared with their attendant audience. Example of writing that need proofreading are academic paper, job application, online article, or print brochure. Why we need to do it? First, it assists business person in building trust in their brand. The people behind the company or business want to give confidence or inspire their employees or client by providing some important things for external or internal. Second, proofreading allows students to get better grades. That means good use of word placement of or grammar is needed for student or student, whether it's exam, quizzes, or anything related to good writing layout, which can increase the value of the student. Third, and it enables lawyers to provide legal texts that are free of misunderstanding. Next, important terms in proofreading. Important terms in proofreading can be very surprising if we don't know what they mean. There are important terms in proofreading such as bold, capital, close up, amdash, fixed pass, font, grammar, handwritten, hostile, hyphen, indent, and italic. Justified, lengthified, parentheses, run-on, spell check, and style sheet, type, and last, widow. And the last, I would like to explain about step in proofreading activity. First, use checklist. Make a list important things to check, such as justification of nouns and verb and pronouns and antecedents and number style. Second, fact check. Recheck document, fact, figure, and names. Third, spelling checks. The spell checker is great as a first step, but the automatic check is limited. Spell check only for misspelled words such as removing closing parentheses or quotation mark. Next, 4. Read aloud and each word slowly. Read text aloud and slowly. Who can hear how the text actually sound when read to spot error. 5. Focus on one line at a time. When examining a printed document, use a tool such as a ruler to cover the text to help prevent reading too fast and skipping error. 6. Attend format. In this case, proofreading is not only for checking text but also checking page numbering format, column alignment, font, size, and another standard element. Examine each type of feature in the category, such as looking at each title, then each description, and other. 7. More evidence. After revision, re-examine the document with the same thoroughness to reduce error again.
The sixth topic is the differences and similarities between scientific reports and business reports. What is a scientific report? A scientific report is a report that presents a problem whose discussion is based on empirical objective field data and describes the process, progress, or results of scientific research that explain the research objective, hypotheses, methodologies, and what research problems were found. The next is business reports. Business reports are actual documents to analyze and summarize current situations, problems, or facts by applying business theory to produce various suggestions or recommendations for problems or issues that provide a future improvement in an organization. The next is similarities between scientific reports and business reports. First, in functions. Provide information based on facts that occur and provide conclusions on problems. 2. Forms. Both are in the form of a report and use the title on the report. 3. Language. Written in standard formal language. And the last is structure. Have the same main structure consisting of introductions, content, and conclusions. Okay, the next is the differences between scientific reports and business reports. First, scientific reports are more formal than business reports. That doesn't mean business writing is informal, just that a lower level of formality is required compared to scientific reports. 2. Scientific reports are usually made by students, teachers, professors, or scholars. The audience for business writing is very different. Business reports are usually created for the needs of managers, CEO workers, customers, potential customers, or potential employers. 3. Scientific reports focus primarily on facts, especially in the case of research-based writing and textbooks. While business reports are usually based on factual information, they often focus on providing options in the form of recommendations. 4. Usually in scientific reports, use long sentences but tends to be impractical in business reports. 5. Format general scientific report documents all aspects of an experimental investigation. This includes a little the aim of the experiments, the hypothesis, and introductions to the relevant background theory, the methods used, the research, a discussions of the research, and the conclusions. While business report format includes a title, executive summary, table of content, and introduction, the main body, the conclusions, recommendations, and references. Analysis types of scientific report published are papers, article, thesis, dissertations, and etc. While business report types are annual reports, ad hoc commit report, and formal business report, and etc. Here is example of a scientific report. And this is example of business report. The seventh topic is the similarities and differences between brochures and posters. Brochure is one of the printed media that only contains a few sheets of brief but complete information about product or service accompanied by pictures to clarify the intent and purpose of delivering information. The structure of the brochure is title, content, and contact person, while poster is a large notice with a picture on it that is displayed in public place. The tenses used is simple present tense. Poster consists of three parts: heading, pictures, and message. The similarity of brochures and posters is that they are both a means of promotions or information on goods or service so that the public or the general public knows and buys and uses the products or service over. Okay, the next is the differences between brochures and posters. First, posters are used by sticking them on a flat surface, while brochures are used by distributing them to the public. 2. Posters prioritize striking designs and the use of short and concise sentences, while brochures prioritize detailed information about a product, organizations, or company. 3. Generally, posters have a larger size than brochure. 4. Posters can be folded, while brochures can be folded. And the last is, the information present on the poster must be understood as quickly as possible by the public because it is pasted. Meanwhile, the information in the brochure can be understood more deeply because it is distributed free of charge to the public. Okay, here is example of brochure. And this is example of posters. That's our presentation from us. Thank you very much for your great attention. Thank you for listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.